Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's your girl Twin D, and I am here with a message for you guys. Listen, I am up very early in the morning. This is very early. It's after 4, right? And I have been trying to sleep since after 3 and I couldn't sleep because this thing came to my mind and it's just been running through my mind on how to explain this twin flame journey. I tried to go to sleep, I couldn't. So I had to come and put this on paper because let's jump right into it, okay? And try to follow. Try to follow. I hope everybody understands, and when I'm done, you will really realize that the divine feminine is the one who is truly responsible here for coming into union with their masculine, and also so you can see the roles that each other play on this twin flame journey. Okay? Alright, let's jump right in. I first want to show you something. There are two things in the body that are very important. Two things. If one is damaged, the other cannot function properly. If the other one is damaged, the body cannot function properly. Right? So if both of these things are damaged, the body dies. One, follow me, okay? Don't pay attention. Whatever that is, okay? One, that's the brain. Brain, okay? If the brain is damaged, the body cannot function. You're in a coma, right? And then you have the heart. If the heart is damaged, the body cannot function properly. Right? I hope you're getting me so far. The brain is the feminine aspect of the body. The heart is a masculine. And the reason I say this is because the brain tells the body what to do. The heart keeps the body moving. The saying that says that the woman is the head of the house, that's because she's the brain. She's very logical. She thinks. She brings things together. The masculine is the heart. He keeps things working. He keeps things functional. He protects his body, his family. He provides for his family. The heart provides everything else for the body, right? Blood, oxygen, oxygen in the blood. If the heart doesn't pump the blood around the body, then the other organs, nothing. The veins, nothing. Nothing can receive blood. nothing won't be able to receive oxygen, not even the brain. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So when you look at it, divine feminines or masculines, whoever is watching this, we are representing these two organs in the body. Because without the other, the body cannot function. So this is why the feminine is the leader of this journey. Because you tell the body what to do. And the heart provides for the body. So therefore, if they aren't in sync, if they aren't on the same page, then nothing gets done. Or things may still get done, but not unified. So when you meet your masculine or your feminine, then you have these two coming together in unison. That's called finding yourself. Finding yourself. That's why this journey is about finding yourself and coming into union with yourself. So it's like when the masculine and feminine come together and they meet for the very first time. Your heart and your brain are the very first things that go off, the very first things that start to react. Your brain starts to think, where do you know this person from? Where have I seen this person before? Why am I feeling like this? And then your heart just, your heart starts to go off, it starts to beat out of order. It starts to get nervous, it starts to get weak because I'm finally one. I'm finally together with myself. Because the brain and the heart has been living in separation from the day that we were born. But we were still in the same body, right? But they're still separated. The reason why we have to heal our heart before we can come into union with our masculine is because our heart is where our soul is. Our heart is where our soul is. Well, many people may disagree. I don't know, whatever. But this is what I'm getting to tell you guys. The heart is where the soul is. Right? And that's where your masculine is. That's where God is. That's where love is. In the heart. While the brain is the driving force. You ever hear when people say, who is the brains behind this? That's the feminine. That's the feminine. So whenever you and your masculine are in a separation, that's why you can feel everything within your heart. Because your heart is now crying out for your masculine. Because it wants itself back. And that's why when your masculine is separate from you, it's mostly their brain that keeps going off. They can't sleep. They cannot think straight. They don't know what to do. They're having nightmares. And that's because the feminine is their brain, and their brain wants themselves back. Itself back. I hope you're sticking with me. I don't know if you guys are getting this or understanding what I'm saying, but try and get it with me, okay? So I have tried this with my own masculine, and if you guys have been with me for a long time, then you may have seen those videos where I would go into work, because we used to work together, and both of us would be the first ones there. And sometimes when I go in, I can feel that he is in a mood, not a good mood. And I tried this, because they say if we are one, what I feel, he feels, right? So me now, being the feminine, I tell myself, I am happy. I am happy. And I start to smile even if I have nothing to smile about. And that message was transmitted to my heart. And then my whole body starts to react. And then I see that happy change within my masculine. You can try it for yourself. If you are around your masculine and you see him in a mood, a down mood, a sad mood, you try making yourself lively and happy and smiling, and watch how it affects your masculine. Watch how he changes. No, this is not science or anything like that. It's just some logical thinking and using the one thing that God gave us, the body. So these two have to work together in order to have a unified body, in order to have you, in order to find yourself. And the most important thing is that whenever anything is going wrong, it's always with the brain. It's always with the divine feminine. Because at first, when we found out we were twin flames and we want to be together with our masculines, we were the ones rushing. We were the ones pushing. We were the ones wanting to be with them. We were the ones like, hey, we're twin flames. I love you. Come back here. Where are you going? That's the brain filling the heart with too much information. And the heart gets overloaded and doesn't know what to do, so it runs away. And that's why when the masculines run away, your heart is in so much pain. Because it's overloaded, it's flooded with too much information. And it gets confused, it does not know what to do. And the only time the heart comes back around to the brain is when the brain settles itself and starts to think logically, start to relax. Which is why after you pass all this stage with the dark night of the soul and stuff, and now it's time for you to work on yourself. That's the reason why the brain tries to keep you trapped in the negativity. Because without the brain being positive, thinking positive, the heart can never be positive. So when the masculines found you, or you found your masculine, and the reason why you divine feminines are the leaders of this journey is because you're the brain. So when you found each other, now the brain now has to work on bringing this connection together. And how do you do that? You have to work on the heart. You have to work on the heart. You and the masculine are one soul, one heart, one brain. But one is in control of the one is in control of the other. So the divine feminine has to keep working on the heart. So when you meet your masculines and all those emotions keep coming up, those hurtful emotions, you feel them in your heart. And you're thinking, why am I showing so much love to the heart, but nothing is changing? And why am I still in pain? Why am I the one hurting? That's because, again, the brain is flooding the heart with the information of love. So you're not the one in pain, divine feminine. You're not the one in pain. The heart is, which is the masculine. The heart is in pain. And that's why you feel the pain, because you are in one body. You're in one body. So when you see your masculine, and you're getting angry because of what happened in the past, that's the reason why nothing keeps working out for us. Because you're remembering the past, and every time you remember the past, instead of settling the heart, instead of telling the heart, don't feel hurt, don't feel hurt, don't feel anger, that's the very thing you do. You feel hurt, you feel anger, and this is sent to the heart. And the heart stays away because it's hurting and it's angry. So you're telling the heart what to do. You're telling your masculine what to do. You're telling your masculine to feel hurt. You're telling the masculine to feel anger. And they stay away. Because when someone is hurting and in pain, they don't want to be around anybody. And all that work that you have to do on yourself, what you're doing is preparing the body that you have for when you come back into union with your brain and your heart. You're preparing your body to function as one. So what I'm getting is that most of the emotions that you feel, Divine Feminine, it's coming from your masculine. Which is why you're the one who has to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself so that it affects your masculine. Which is why if you go around being angry and sad and resentful and holding on to grudges, that's why you're still separate. That's why you're not in union. Well, me too. That's why we're not in union. Because we're not understanding how things are really working and who is responsible for what and who is not. So that hurt and pain that you're going through, Divine Feminine, is not yours. It's not yours, it's your Divine Masculine. And your Divine Masculine is sending you the signal from his heart to your brain that I'm angry, I'm hurt. And you should now take that information that you get, the brain gets, that you get, and transmute that information, sending it back to the Divine Masculine, the heart, that hey, everything's okay, you're happy, everything's gonna work out, you're fine. And once you start to send that positive information to the Divine Masculine, to the heart, then it starts to do its job, functioning normally, functioning properly, providing the body with what it needs to function properly. You have to get the information that you want to get to the heart. It has to come from the brain first before it can get to the heart. Again, so when you're sad, you're hurt, you're in pain, you're angry, those emotions aren't yours. They're the Divine Masculine's emotions. They send those emotions to you so you can, what's the word? Convert it. So you can convert those emotions into happiness. In here, the powerhouse. So the body, yourself, can start to function properly. So if your mind, you feminine, are not thinking straight, are not in one, are not thinking positively, the heart cannot function positively. The heart feels torn apart. If you want to hurt someone, you have to first tell them something, show them something, do something, which is transmitted to the brain, and then you feel it in your heart. The work has to be done first in the divine feminine before it can show up in the divine masculine, the heart. I hope you're following me. I hope you understand this. So once your heart and your head are functioning at the same speed, you're on the same page, you've completed the work that you need to do to make sure that your brain is functioning properly, to make sure your brain is thinking positively at all times. Then your brain can start to think positively, feel positively, put out positive emotions, and then the body that you're carrying around can be ready for union. Then we'll be ready for union. Which is why when you're no longer thinking about your divine masculine, that's the time they show up. Because everything is calm up here. There's no longer a raging storm going on in your mind. You're no longer thinking, I hate him, I can't stand him. You're no longer thinking about, why isn't he with me? What is he doing over there? I want to know. It's not confused. Because when you're confused and you have that storm, that raging storm going on in your mind, he feels it here. He feels it in his heart. And that's why most of these masculines, they walk around being sad. That's why they're cold towards the divine feminine. And it's not that they want to be cold to you, but it's a reflection of what's happening in the brain. It's a reflection of the divine feminine. And once you start to do things that make you fulfilled, feel fulfilled, thinking that you're fulfilled, thinking that you have completed your life's journey, thinking that you have completed that book that you wanted to do, that course that you wanted to finish. And you feel fulfilled. You're going to send that information to your heart that, hey, I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. I did what I wanted to do from 10 years ago, where I was so distracted with hurt and pain that I forgot. Or I allowed people to tell me what to do to send me the wrong information and allowed myself to stray from the path, to stray from my path. That's the reason why God is the center of everything here, because God is the heart. You can find God inside your heart, not inside the brain, inside your heart. And this just goes back to that yin and yang. As to why the divine feminine is the darker side. Because we control everything, and once we are out of sync, then everything gets messed up. So we have to now control ourselves, control our minds, control our thoughts. And in doing so, the heart can control itself. Because when the brain is in control of everything, everything runs smoothly. But when you're not working with the heart, with what the heart wants, there's a conflict. So divine feminines, you have to settle your mind, you have to think positive thoughts so that information gets transmitted to the divine masculine. And then he will in turn work on himself, because he will be reflecting what you're thinking. He will feel what you're doing. And then he will start to work on himself. So you're both working on yourselves. And when both of you are fulfilled enough, that's when union happens. Because now you're working as one, you're not working against each other. And that's why when you come into union, you feel so fulfilled. You feel so much love. Because the mind is under control. And it's only thinking about love. Unconditional love. That's loving unconditionally. 33. That's loving unconditionally. That's loving the way that God would love somebody. By using both his head and his heart as one. Not allowing one to take over the other. And that's why everything works out in a unified connection. Even if it's not a twin flame connection, in a marriage, if one person wants to do this and the other person wants to do that, that's why it never works out. You have to be unified. You have to be one. You have to be on the same page. And that's why when you're in union, everything starts to excel. Because you're working on your projects as one. Everything. And two heads are better than one, right? So are two hearts better than one. And even the cards are telling you work in partnership. Because you have to be in one. You have to be as one. before you guys can come back together. So if you have been in separation for a period of time, try thinking about this. Try settling your mind. Try not thinking about the future. Try not thinking about the past and what went on with your masculine. Just stay in the now, staying present. Thinking about what you need to change within yourself. Because whatever you do reflects on your masculine, because he feels it in your heart. And that's why whenever you need to reach your masculine, you can just feel him in your heart, because he's already with you. And that's why there is no separation, because he's already inside of you. You're just in two separate places, two different bodies. And that's why once you feel union within yourself, you feel whole. That's why they come back. Because they too feel whole. And the heart wants to come back together with itself, and the brain wants to come back together with itself. Then you guys find union. I do hope that this helps somebody. I mean, it was a lot of talking, but I do hope you understand what I was saying. Because I had to get this out. I couldn't sleep. Let me know what you guys think. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Love you all. Bye. Oh, and if you have any questions, please post in the comment. I'll try my best to answer them. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Bye. Hey guys, I forgot to touch on this part. I am so sorry, but I had to add it together, but the soul, when I said that the masculines are the soul, right? This is what you're trying to mend, you're trying to fix your soul. So whenever the soul, let's use the masculine, whenever the masculine comes together with the feminine, it's the soul coming back to the body, because we, the divine feminines, we control the body. We're in control of the body, and the masculine, the heart, is in control of the soul. That's why when we work on ourselves, we are fixing our soul. We are ridding our souls of all negativity, the masculines. We are ridding the masculines of all negativity. Because we have to cleanse the body. We have to cleanse the body of all negativity. And how do you cleanse the body of all negativity? By cleansing the soul. So when the brain is settled and in its positive glory, thinking all positive, looking towards a brighter day, telling the body to go around and smile, telling the body that you look pretty, telling the body that you're sexy, telling the body that you are absolutely beautiful and handsome and happy. And you're one with yourself. So the brain is the body, controls the body. And the heart, the masculine, controls the soul. When you can finally tell yourself that you're all those things and nobody can make you think otherwise, because you're now in control of the body. That's when the soul can now come back to the body and be as one. And since there's no magic, that can put the soul back together inside of the body. That's why you remain together side by side, the masculine and the feminine. Let me just put us here. Okay. That's why we stay together forever. Because there's no magic to put the soul back inside of the body. So now the two bodies can function as one, being separate. I hope you get that. I hope you guys get that. So the brain is in control of the body and the heart is in control of the soul. And whenever both of them are functioning positively, functioning in love of self, finding each other, realizing what's wrong with each other, fixing each other, to be back in union, to be as one, to be living the life the way that God wanted you guys to be living in the first place. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.